Trump's aides Laundromat attack once again. Peter Navarro renews the Kremlin Laundromat jibe. Tariff and aim to cut Russia's lifeline. India extends financial lifeline to Russia is the claim that is being made by the US. Once again, Peter Navarro at it says India uses dollars to buy Russian crude. Tariff bluff fails. Trump Sarkar clearly rattled. It's a charge that is being reiterated by Peter Navarro, advisor to President Donald Trump, says India gives financial boost to the war against Ukraine. And this is Modi's war is what is being said by the US. It's a laundromat attack on India once again from Peter Navarro. US has been at it. In fact, India has continued to maintain that they will stand their ground as far as the tariff war and the imposition is concerned, the bullying tactics are concerned. India will not succumb. Trump won't budge, says America. US has said Russia-Ukraine conflict is Modi's war. The Trump administration continuously ramping up the attacks on India for buying Russian oil, with the president's trade counselor Peter Navarro characterizing the Russia-Ukraine conflict as Modi's war, cautioning New Delhi about getting close to Beijing and Moscow. US Treasury Secretary in the past, Scott Bessent, has doubled down on the standoff, saying if New Delhi does not budge, then I don't think President Trump will either. 50% plus tariffs imposed on most imports from India have already kicked in earlier this week, making things difficult for us in the country. In fact, Peter Navarro has gone to the extent of saying that India was being arrogant, renewing the attack on calling us Kremlin's laundromat. Pranay Upadhyay is getting in more details on that. Pranay, in fact, the US and the president's advisors, they're really doubling down on these attacks against India. Clearly, I would say a sign of deep frustration, isn't it?
Obviously, Sneha,
Yes.
this is a deep frustration. There is an anger because India is the only big country, big trading partner of the United States, which is standing up, in this situation. And we are not fighting with the United States. We are not at any, tariff war with the United States. It's the Trump administration which is trying to justify their deeds, their act as far as the 50% tariff is concerned. One can easily make out the kind of policies they are pursuing. There's a clear duplicity in the policy. On one side they are sparing China, which is the largest importer of Russian oil, and President Donald Trump's advisor Peter Navarro, who has been, consistently being critical about India, whatever he may say. But if you see his social media timeline since 2020, if you see and scan his, social media post, one can make out that he has a bias against India as well as against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But leaving aside, if you see his mathematics, if you see his calculation, it's like, you can try and justify anything since it is raining in Delhi right now. And that's why the Russians are fueling their war machines, and this is how the Ukrainians are losing. This is a bizarre logic.
Yes,
absolutely. So this is the kind of thing with Peter Navarro is trying to justify. He has posted on his social media timeline a complete thread trying to justify his previous statement. But at a time, Sneha, one should make out that one can make out that many people in the United States are criticizing Trump administration and their policy. They are questioning rather that why President Donald Trump is pursuing this policy, alienating India and damaging the years of hard work to build this strategic partnership between India and United States. So the security interest, the strategic interest of India lies in Indo-Pacific, where India is a key partner for United States.
Coming back to you in a moment from now, just telling our viewers a little about why this is a clear sign of frustration. The Prime Minister and India has not stopped buying Russian oil, an indication that we will not really succumb to these useless pressure tactics in that sense. And that's the reason why America appears to be completely frustrated with India's response to this. We've not succumbed to the kind of pressure and unfair comments that have been made by the Americans. America is clearly frustrated at all of this and has, in fact, minced no words in calling the Russian-Ukraine war as Modi's war. It's getting personal as well. Imposition of tariffs on India is what we're reporting on, calling this Russia-Ukraine war as Modi's war. Peter Navarro's comments have come, and they've been coming in repeatedly, after the imposition of US tariffs of 50% on Indian goods that have already kicked in since the day before yesterday. These tariffs, to tell our viewers, are the highest in the world. They also include a 25% penalty for purchase of weapons and oil from Russia, which the US claims is a key source of funds for its war against Ukraine. India has, of course, called these tariffs unfair and said it will not scale back purchases, insisting it will seek the best deal on oil to safeguard the interest of its 1.4 billion people. Once again, doubling down on what he's been saying for days together, really, talking about India's role, allegedly, in funding the Russian-Ukraine war for years together.